Hey folks, thanks for joining me today here on Coastal A&E. I'm super happy to have as my guest my friend Billy Lucas. He's the chef and owner of Taco Reho. If you're a taco lover, and we know there's a lot of them out there, you clearly are familiar with his phenomenal truck, the Taco Reho truck, which sits there next to Big Chill Surf Cantina right there on Route 1. Coastal Highway here in Rehoboth. He put a big news release out just the other day that they are opening a brick and mortar location of Taco Reho on Route 1 in the old Burger King. Super exciting. His food is phenomenal. I first interviewed Billy 6 years ago, back in 2015, for Cuisine and the A&E Report. And what's fun about this broadcast is I found those 2 old episodes back in the archives, and I'm going to throw them in at the end of this interview so you can check that out. Just see how much has changed in the 6 years. We filmed that at the very beginning of his adventures with the taco truck. Their food is incredible. I'm super excited for his success, and Billy is such a fun guy, super funny, super charismatic. You're going to love this interview. So sit back and enjoy, folks. Coastal A&E will be right back here with you right after these brief messages. This episode of Coastal A&E is sponsored by the following. Barnstormers Wood, offering only the best reclaimed barn wood in North America. More online at barnstormerswood.com. Judith Davidson Interiors and JD Creative Acoustics, where exquisite taste and the science of sound blend beautifully. More online at judithdavidsoninteriors.com and jdcreativeacoustics.com. The Sprouse Thomas Group, where coastal leisure finds its home. An affiliate of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Gallo Realty. More online at isellthebeach.net. Inspections Guaranteed, an authorized dealer of the On Guard system. Go from home inspection to home protection. More information at inspectionsguaranteed.com. The Closet Works, DEMD. The Closet Works. It's your life just well organized. More at theclosetworks.net. Amerispec Inspection Services of Delaware for superior property inspection. More online at amsde.net. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right there, right on.
The weather cooperated for us, so I'm able to hang outside today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually sort of nice out there. The Farmer's Almanac, man, says we're going to have a very mild winter, and so far, I'm okay with that because this is what I get. This is January, man. It's all good. Billy and I just started talking, but we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. It's my friend Billy Lucas. He is the executive chef, owner of Taco Reho. What is the address where you're usually located on Route 1?
19406. Coastal
19406. My mind and numbers, the older I get, the more numbers go right out of my head. There's so many great things to talk about. First of all, let me wish you a happy new year. It's been a while since I've seen you. I'm always glad to read about your success. I'm super glad that you have been able to maintain and excel over the course of the last year almost since this pandemic hit back in February. Obviously, big news was that it really hit not just locally, but of course nationwide. The restaurant industry really tremendously took a massive punch. So before we get into depths of several things I want to touch on, tell me what that was like for you. And of course, you have the different experience because you have that phenomenal truck too, which in and of itself is an open air. You're outside right now, as a matter of fact.
Nothing like fresh air, Mike.
That's right.
It was extremely scary those first few months, without a doubt. Everybody was kind of just like, what are we going to do? And then we saw what was happening. They were shutting down restaurants left and right. With our situation, the way we're set up, as you can see, we're outside. Outside was deemed safe. We follow all the protocols. We wear masks, clean all the time, disinfect. So we've got, all over the place. We're still living in disinfect. But we've been doing takeout. Before takeout was takeout. That's all we do. We're ideally set up. We've had some success over the winter. Sort of like a meeting place, a safe place. People feel good coming here. Super friendly service that we love to dote on our customers. They were loyal to us. They come every week. Just can't say enough about them. Without them, we don't do this. I just feel really fortunate and lucky as a business person to have such a devout following. In some circles, they're called taco heads. Bit fanatical they get, that they all have an opinion where the best tacos are. And I love hearing it. My favorite thing to hear is, I was just in California and these tacos are just about as good as those, if not better. And I'm like, that's the best. If I hear a California comment, I'm all about it because that's where I learned this craft.
Yeah, that was your big inspiration. So it blows my mind. I first interviewed you on Coastal Cuisine shortly after you first opened the truck. What I remember at the time is that you wanted to recreate like a Baja type of taco truck truck experience here, and you brought a whole new way of thinking about the way that you were presenting tacos. You did an incredible job, which explains why you built up such a fan base so quickly. That was almost 6 years ago, I believe, which, man, a lot of time, a lot of tacos have passed through your truck window in those 6 years, right? And you had that very unique looking truck. I remember the time we discussed the artwork on you. There it is. That is such an iconic, people see it, they're like, oh, there's Taco Reho. So you really covered a lot of the branding and bringing that really just phenomenal, incredibly delicious taco and that experience to the East Coast. I dare say that you were one of the first people that did it on that level in this area.
Yeah, I would say so. We're the first ones to really start making all of our tortillas from scratch. That's a huge step, pain in the ass for guys, but it's worth it. Taste it. Inspired by Mexico, Southern California, and San Francisco. Can't leave them out. Culmination of all those cultures and different Mexico and SoCal together. It's like boom. It's like there's millions of flavors and tacos involved in that ball of deliciousness. Kind of just stay true to form as far as I don't change the menu that much as I would love to. But if I do, it's like, where's my beef shorty? Where's my chicken thing? It's like, good problem to have.
You used to have this phenomenal potato dish. Did you still have that? I'm trying to remember. It was really phenomenal.
Our carne fries.
Yes. Oh my God. Those were incredible.
Yeah. We still have them. People love them. Our solution to nachos, I guess, we hand cut the russet potatoes and then we fry them and then top them with whatever topping you want, chicken, beef, or pork, or vegetarian. Throw some avocado on there. And then we put all of our salsas on top of that, some Chihuahua cheese, some pickled onions, some pico, some cilantro, some queso fresco. I mean, the list goes on and on with the carne fries. A wonderful snack. Great to share or not. We hear a lot at the truck. Get your own carne fries.
Now, I remember that because at the time, the cameraman, it was Nick Gruber was the cameraman at the time. And man, normally I'm like, here you go, dude, you can have this. And I'm like, no, I'm eating all of these. And I ate all of it on camera. It was like 3 or 4 takes. And I was totally happy about that because, man, they were absolutely incredible. So I'm glad that you still keep some of those staples on your menu, but you do introduce new, different twists every now and then as well to your menu.
Oh, absolutely. We have our holidays we like to celebrate. We'll sort of take advantage of that and do something taco-centric. For instance, St. Patty's Day, we turn all of our tortillas green. There's some spinach in there. So we have a beautiful green tortilla. I love it. And then we'll do some corned beef in there, some potatoes, and then mustard seed salsa goes on top, a little horseradish crema. Probably my favorite taco we do all year long. It is the bomb. People can't wait for us to do that taco. We usually serve that about a week before St. Patty's Day. Corned beef in, because after St. Patty's Day, you're done with corned beef for a while.
Yeah.
Good, I'm good. After that, we go into, we do a 420 celebration every year, do a munching menu. And I'll tell you what, that is like the craziest day we have at the truck. People come out of the woodwork around here. It's crazy.
Man, I need some tacos, dude.
Man. It's always so hectic too. Right around like 420, go figure. It's like, actually, that's the quiet time. Everyone's like, where's everybody? And then come 5 o'clock, everyone's got these raging munchies. And it's just like, it's insanity over here.
That's great. But no, you're still, I also, around that time when you first started, you kept the truck pretty stationary, I believe, initially. But do you go to different venues every now and then as well with the truck, right? Because I do see it occasionally heading down the road.
Yeah, we do gigs, we call them. We go usually with an hour radius is our comfort zone. North to Dover, go down to the Freeman stage. The last 4 or 5 years, we've been 5 to 10 shows there a summer, which is always a super fun time because that's like the truck doing what truck is meant for, like going to a concert and serving all the people at the concert. It's great. We kill it every time we go down there, and they're so hospitable and generous to us. All the people at the Freeman stage, we love them down there. Shout out Molly. It's a fun gig for my guys because especially when you get to see a band that you like, it's like, whoa, all right, now we're talking. And then we do lots of weddings. You can have a taco truck at your wedding after party. You're styling and profiling.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good decision. I didn't know you did weddings. That's very good to know. Very good to know.
Bar mitzvahs, gender reveal parties, whatever it is.
Anywhere you could crave a taco, man, you can get it there.
I love it. I love that we've created this taco culture here in Lower Delaware, which was the plan the whole time. Still the plan.
You've done it so incredibly well, 6 years. One of the things that for people that have never actually been in that truck, and we did go in the truck when we filmed, and it's not a big space, but you're able to do so much with it. And you guys sort of have like this dance that you sort of work around almost. I mean, you would have to after that many years of being in this confined space, but you've done so incredibly well with it. How long does it take to get used to moving around everybody, especially when you're slammed?
It's like you said, it's kind of like a dance. We're all really comfortable with each other. I'm super fortunate. My team has been with me for 3, 4, 5 years, which is kind of unheard of. That I don't know who would want to work in a taco truck for that long. I love it because we have a great time. One of the unique things about this job is that my team, they get to interact with the customer throughout the whole process. So they take their order, they cook their food, they hand their food to them. There's a connection there that you just don't get in a normal restaurant situation, back of the house, in the front of the house. With that, we're able to just constantly develop relationships. My guys know most of my customers by their first name. We have customers who come here 3, 4 times a week. I don't go to a restaurant more than once a month. I don't know how that works. It's
taco craving savings account, man, because you gotta punch that in 3 times a week. That's a lot of taco love.
For $3, you can get a taco here at the truck. $5, under $10, I can feed you. It's great.
Now, can people say, well, I want you to customize that a little bit? Are you able to help with people's different wants when it comes to what they want in a taco?
Oh, Mike. Customizing is my middle name here at the Taco Reho. No cilantro. That's number one for sure. We hear that all the time. No cheese. I'm a vegan, vegetarian. We have all those bases covered. Take care of anybody. We have a secret menu. If you know how to ask for it, there's some things out there we can make for you. For instance, like our quesadillas. We love making quesadillas. Kids, adults. That's my go-to thing I probably eat on the truck is a quesadilla. We call them dillas. A couple other things like a fried avocado in place of the Baja fish, which is really good. Yeah, you can get a vegan burrito for $6. That'll fill you up, no problem. But we do make our tortillas from maseca, adding warm water and salt to it, and it creates the dough. And then we form that into balls, and then we hand press each of those, and then griddle those on our plancha. We call them stacks. So we always have stacks of tortillas wrapped in towels, aluminum foil, plastic wrap. It's a whole tortillas like friends. If it's by themselves, they're like they get cold, they get hard. It's like stack of them. They're like, yeah.
Tortilla love, man. I'm digging that.
It's all about you made so many tortillas on this truck. Can't even tell you.
Taco Reho is part of the La Vida restaurant group, correct?
Sure is.
Tell me what that experience is like for you and how that has benefited your vision and what you have planned.
It's like a huge sort of safety net that I have of all these brilliant minds and experts and people that do these little things that make my life way easier as far as like counting and financial matters, all the things that I do not want to do. It's amazing. To have that support system there really allows me to focus on the food, the truck, our marketing, getting the word out there. I couldn't do it without them. Probably could, but I would probably look like I'm 80 years old right now, and I would probably not want to. I'd be like, what am I doing?
They're a very good group, and they have a lot of success under their wing, and they obviously bring a lot of experience. And yeah, you've been with them for a few years now, right?
6 years now.
Yeah, that's a lot of learning and growing together. Really, it seems to me in just the right place at the right time, because that explosion of what was happening with all the different culinary options that were taking place here in Delmarva, particularly in Sussex County. Chefs were becoming more celebrity chef type of status, and were getting known for what they were bringing, their unique skill to culinary options. Very different than what it was 15, even 10, years ago here. So this sort of happened. And when your very unique looking truck and what you were offering popped onto the scene, people are like, wow, man, Taco Reho. Are you familiar with Taco Reho? It was really just it seemed like the perfect decision at the perfect time. You ever look back over those 6 years and even with all the challenges, put your head in that space of what has changed in general for you professionally?
Yeah, we do that. 6 years ago, I was still living in LA, Santa Monica, just getting ready to move back out here. And remember that movie, Chef?
Yeah.
Jon Favreau. He's been like my spirit animal throughout my whole life. When I moved to LA for the first time, he made this little movie called Swingers, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. So he would move to LA and I was moving to LA and he was feeling like a fish out of water. And I was like right there with him. I was like, oh my God, this is my life. How do I, I was living in Los Feliz where that movie was shot. So I was like, oh my God, this is like crazy. And so that was like my life for that period. And then he put out Chef, and I'm like, this is me again. I just bought a food truck, and here he is waxing poetic about the beauty of running a food truck, which that movie is not how it works. I'll tell you that. Cannot drive around the country feeding people like left and right.
And I remember the first time I interviewed you, you talked about that movie in particular. It was a little bit of an inspiration there for you.
No, for sure. I mean, the inspiration really came from, I would say, the Koji food truck in LA. Roy Choi, he kind of just started the whole Korean, Mexican fusion taco scene out there. And that was a huge phenomenon 7-8 years ago, where wherever his truck would go, there'd be lines everywhere. It was crazy. And that kind of sparked all the different food trucks living in that town. I was fortunate to be able to eat there whenever I wanted. And I always like to tell people too about San Francisco. I lived there for a couple of years. I never would have been like a starving chef trying to make his bones in the big city of San Francisco, which is not the worst place, because San Francisco, or used to be, one of those beautiful cities in the country. Culinary wise, landscaping wise, amazing city. I lived in a part of San Francisco called the Mission District, which is like the Latino part of town. It's where it's always sunny in San Francisco too. San Francisco, there's clouds, rain, like you never know what the hell is going to be. The Mission, like the sun just knew that where the sun needed to be. I would live off one burrito a day and then one Tecate beer a day. That was like $10. I would eat half the burrito, put it in my pocket, later on the day, finish it off. But
that's a good diet plan, man. That sounds like a balanced diet.
It wasn't so bad. You go to your different burrito shops in town, and some you would get free chips and salsa, but the burrito wasn't as good, so you just have to figure it out. Probably say Farolitos was my favorite. Kind of where I got the style for the burrito we do here on the truck. I put my spin on it. We use organic brown rice from California, and the rice is really delicious by itself. It gives you a little healthier option, a little more protein. And then we do black beans, vegetarian black beans in our burritos as well, to just sort of spread it out so more people can enjoy it, not worry about their dietary restrictions. But from there, it's the carnitas and the sort of the top, everything else that goes in the burrito, pretty similar what we're doing as well. Through all that, I learned how to wrap a burrito. Burrito needs to be in aluminum foil, and it needs to be tight and twisted. That foil holds everything together. Like that foil keeps it hot, keeps everyone intact. Can I just public service announcement out there, Michael? Please, people, when you get one of my burritos, do not open up the foil, open it all up, and then you got
like it's a Christmas gift. Right?
It's like, then they're like looking at it. They're like, "Oh no, what do I do with this?" And I'm like, "You out of my hands! I told you. Don't take off the foil." And there is a way. You peel it from the top, and you take off the top, and then you just peel the foil around the burrito, and you eat as you go. And then when you're done, you can put the top back on, put it in your pocket.
You just carry it around throughout the day. That's a good idea.
And if you're lucky, if you're really thinking, you got yourself a bottle of hot sauce. So each bite, you can put a little bit of hot sauce on there. You don't want to really put the hot sauce all in there, because then it gets lost in the shuffle. But when you got that little you don't necessarily want a hot sauce bite every time you're eating, with each bite, Anyway, that was my advice for all you burrito eaters out there. Professional burrito eaters, they know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. You have some really big, exciting news. You put a press release out there. It's been 6 years in the making, so I don't want to steal your thunder here. So give us that big news drop.
It rocks. It rolls. We're moving up the street. Yes, we're opening up a Taco Reho brick and mortar this summer. It's been my dream since I got here. I got the food truck, but that was a stepping stone to the fast food, fast casual concept that we're going to be putting out there. Always wanted to do fast food restaurant. I think about this. My inspiration comes from, as a kid, going to McDonald's after a doctor's appointment or something. Your mom would take you to McDonald's.
Sure, yeah.
Back in the day when that was not so.
The big treat,
God,
yeah.
What are you doing? When it was cool. Combine that with going to my first Hard Rock Cafe. Sitting down there and being like, it's really loud in here. Whoa, this is kind of cool. They're doing this on purpose. I was and I just remember looking at my parents, and they're totally like, what the hell is going on here? And I was just like, this is great. Those two things have sort of clashed and is what has created Taco Reho as it is. So the new place, what I just talked about, we're going to be embracing sort of those elements into the whole experience. We're going to have a drive-through. Super excited about that. I've never worked in a fast food restaurant. Just so everyone out there,
Oh my man! What are you basing these wonderful fantasies? No, I'm kidding. I did it for years when I was in high school. I even worked in a Taco Bell, man. So
right on.
I've worked. That was a zillion years ago, back in the early '80s. But yeah, it keeps you on your feet. But of course, you're no stranger to that.
Yeah, definitely. The great thing about everything right now is, information is so readily available. Trade secrets aren't a secret anymore, and you can really figure out a lot of things. So I've been just studying my butt off, learning about every sort of new technology that's out there, which is the pandemic. The technology angle of how restaurants work has really taken off and accelerated at a much faster pace than it was going. All these technologies have existed for the last 5-10 years, but now it's like, we need these things. Like, this is how it's going to be. So that's really been fun, just to see all these different softwares develop that are making the restaurant experience as owners, as customers, as employees. It's making everything a lot easier, more efficient. So that is just a fun thing that I'm excited to be incorporating into our step.
That's great, man. That's exciting. I think I read in your press release that, of course, you're excited about the drive-through option, but also people can go inside, and you have ideas for that as well. Did I read that you would consider actually having entertainment, or did I see something else?
Well,
maybe it's this rock and roll vibe that you mentioned and touched on a little bit of the Hard Rock Cafe throwback.
There's going to be, the entertainment is going to be the customers. Like, the way I look at it, they're the rock stars. They're the ones that are coming here, and we're going to put them on stage. That's how I kind of see it. We're going to treat them like a roadie would, hand a guitar to, someone on stage who, just broke a string. Like, our team is going to be there delivering the food wherever your car may be, or wherever you're sitting in the restaurant. We're just going to be there on top of it. So if something goes down, we'll be there to address whatever the issue may be. With that said, we're not going to really have waiters or servers or anything like that. We're going to just have sort of team members sort of just knowing what's going on and what to look for. We're looking into going into using the kiosk ordering systems. So when you come in, you're going to either go one way, you go sit down at a table. You can order from your table via phone or a tablet. We haven't quite decided which way we're going to go with that. Or you can go to the right, and then we'll have the kiosk, and you just go ahead and order on your touch screen. And of course, there'll be somebody there if you're having an issue or trouble with it to guide you through that process. But we just really think this is the way of the future, and something that we want to adopt now and get on that train while it's still hot. As far as the music is concerned, I'm definitely going to be curating some playlists. I'm trying to just get my words together to describe how important music is for me and to this whole process. Without music, Taco Reho doesn't exist. Without music, I don't cook for a living. It literally feeds all of our recipes. It feeds our customers' ears when they come to the truck. We usually have, something playing at some decibel level. As it gets later, it usually gets a little louder, a little bit more metal. But it's fun. My favorite thing is when someone's like just jamming, eating their tacos, and they're like loving the music. Or like, we'll have some customers and they'll tell me the whole set list. Like, I was just here and I heard these 10 songs. Like, I can't believe no one plays these songs. I'm like, yes, that's it. That's the kind of want.
Right on.
So we're going to definitely just be tuning that up, place where you can hear new tunes, different times of the day. You have different vibes of music you're playing, like different days. Who knows, Sundays could be reggae Sunday. We could have different hours, like this hour is the oldies hour. I mean, the options are just limited, and I'm really excited to figure how that works and how that benefits our customers. And then finally, yes, we are thinking about putting a little stage out there. We're going to have like a patio outside, trying to get an indoor-outdoor concept. And if that happens, I definitely think a stage needs to be built. Nothing big, but something a little 3-piece can go on and keep their toes wiggling. Yeah, their ears happy.
Yeah, man. You're going to get up on stage and grab your guitar, man, and crank out a...
Dude, Michael, I wish I could do that. If I could do that, that's what I'd be doing. All right. That is definitely like a fantasy I always have. Like, just take off the apron, take off the chef jacket, someone hit the guitar and start playing. I leave that to the professional.
There you go. Hey, now, are you able to divulge where exactly this is going to be? Are you keeping that under your hat, or where will it be located?
Cat's out of the bag. It's going to be the old Burger King.
All right, right on.
Coastal Highway, right next to Grandpa Mac, one of my favorite fast casual restaurants down here.
Absolutely.
We're going to go in there. It's going to take it's a lot of renovation. That place was built in 1982, and it is still 1982 down there. So we got to update it.
My God, that's a long time ago. Yeah, I was still in high school, man. That's pretty
crazy. You walk in there, it's a time trip. It's like, whoa.
That's so exciting, though, man. I'm so excited to hear this. And I've got so many questions, and we're going to be out of time. Actually, I've probably gone a little over time. Let me see if I can think of one of them is will you still keep the truck once you open the brick and mortar?
Yes, we will still keep. We call her Black Betty, Ram-a-lam-lam. She's looking good. Check it out.
Yeah, there you go.
We love that truck. I mean, that truck ain't going anywhere. But, well, it is. It's going up the road. It's going to be our catering vehicle.
Excellent.
So whereas in the past, we've been limited to what we can do, what we can't do, because obviously when we leave here, there's no more, you can't get a taco here, which drives my customers crazy at times when they come here and they want a taco and there's no truck. I have had that conversation hundreds, if not thousands of times over the years. One that I will not miss, I'll tell you that, which I get it. You know, if you got that hankering for something and can't get it, like, yeah, you're going to be a little upset. We kill them with kindness and they always come back. They understand. But yeah, the truck's going to be up the street and we'll be using that for just catering, weddings, gigs, and it'll be probably see it more than you've ever seen it because it's going to be constantly driving around.
Excellent. Good to know. Will you be able to offer beer in the brick and mortar location or I'm not sure how that works? Yeah,
well, we're going to apply for our liquor license. My plan is to have sort of, you know, simplified version is 2 beers on tap, 2 wines on tap, red and white, and a frozen margarita machine.
What?
Yeah, margaritas. Come on now. So that's the one I'm excited about.
Oh, that's great.
And probably some agua frescas to round it out, and some a unique fountain soda company that I'm going to keep that under wraps for now, but I'm hoping to land them. And if I do, you're going to have some flavor options that you just can't get down here at all. So I'm pretty excited about that as well.
Very exciting. It's pretty obvious anyone that's been in the area for even over just 5 years that quite a few restaurants have relocated and are still in the process of doing it to the Route 1, you know, corridors. You're coming into Rehoboth. Do you see that growing more? Do you see more of that happening?
I do. This is where the party's at.
Yeah, it sounds like it, man.
I'm on the highway right now. Somebody doesn't have a muffler. Being downtown Rehoboth it's getting a tougher and tougher market. The rents aren't getting any cheaper, so it's very high rent. Your business, even though we are becoming more year round, I mean, it's crazy how busy Rehoboth is now in the winter as opposed to was, say, 6 years ago when I came back.
Sure.
But before then, you know, it's a ghost town here for a few months usually. That is not the case anymore. But the highway, you know, everybody goes past. Every single person is going through here. So, you know, as a business decision, it just seems to make sense.
Yeah, it's amazing how when I moved here, it's been almost 20 years, and I would first start visiting from DC, man, by the time you get out of DC after a day of work, it would be 9:30 at night by the time you get, and there was nothing. You'd starve unless you wanted to take a mystery hot dog from whatever little convenience store had what happened to be open. It's amazing the differences. So I'm very excited about that. I'm super excited about your news, your brick and mortar location. I know that's something that you've been putting and creating, manifesting, if you will, for
Absolutely.
the last 6 years, man. I'm so excited that you've done this because I'm thrilled by what you offer, and you're just such a great guy with a great following, well deserved, without a doubt. So congratulations to you, man. I'm really very happy of it. Can't wait to get down there. And also, I just want to say quickly, totally run out of time. I feel that this is a good timing decision for you as well, just because of what's been going on with the pandemic. But of course, now people are getting vaccinations. There seems to be light at the end of the tunnel, and to be able to make it through, you know, this incredibly challenging last year, and then to open a brick and mortar restaurant on top of that, man, that's some good working there. That's some good planning. So congratulations to that.
Thank you. You know, timing is everything. Patience has been key. Definitely learned that over these years. And as you get older, I think you learn about patience. It feels right. Everything that has led up to this. Yes, we have been manifesting. Careful what you wish for is what they say sometimes.
That's right, brother. I'm totally with you on that. Hey, let's give a shout out to your website, and people can get more information. Is it tacoreho.com?
Yep. My Instagram as well. That's the fun spot. If you want to see what makes us tick, that's a good spot. And that's Taco Reho on Instagram.
Excellent. And your Facebook, is that also facebook.com/Taco Reho?
Yep.
All right.
And you can order online, tacoreho.com. There's a button right there you can hit, and it takes you straight to our Square online ordering, which we recommend. It's great. It works really easy. You don't have to wait. All the options are there. So if you want to stay away and keep that contactless existence up, which I know we still have to do it. We can't give up, but I can't wait to give some hugs out. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Absolutely. Yeah. It's right around the corner. Right around the corner.
I know. I'm ready. Give me that shot. Come on. We're essential workers out here.
That's all right.
Where can I get a shot?
Listen, Billy, my friend, so good to see you. I'm so excited for you, man. I can't wait to get in there when things get a little more, safe to do so. And of course, once your renovation is complete, it's summer of 2021. I have big plans and hopes for a beautiful summer. Thank you so much for being here today, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, Michael. Pleasure to always talk to you anytime. And when this is all normal, let's go have a beer or something together and kick back like normal human beings should.
Sounds like a plan. All right, my friend. Thank you. I'll be seeing you and talking to you soon. All
right. Thanks, Michael.
Hey everybody, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I found these two great episodes of interviews with Billy Lucas from 2015. This is right after he moved back to the area and got the Taco Reho truck up and running. It was one of the first that I'm aware of, one of the first food trucks in the area, certainly the only one at that time specializing in these Baja-inspired tacos. Super popular, still is. So it's a lot of fun to look back and then think about the changes that you just heard in this broadcast. I'm gonna throw these on right now. So sit back and enjoy, folks. A little look at some tacos from the past.
Exótica.
I gotta tell you, it has been a long week. So tonight on Coastal Cuisine, we're gonna have a couple drinks and chill at the Big Chill.
Good local spot. All the local business people who work in the industry come here.
All kinds of age ranges. Everybody gets along with everybody. It's a great place to be. It's a fun atmosphere. You can play cornhole out there. You can sit by the fire. You can come in here. You can eat a meal. You can sit outside.
It's full of locals, like people we know.
Yeah, go to the cantina, the Big Chill.
I'm getting a little hungry, so the cantina may not serve food, but one of my favorite food trucks is parked right out front. I'm gonna have the carne asada, and we're gonna get an order of the carne fries.
Our carne fries, it's our #1 selling item. You sear that. So we're gonna salt these babies up, give them a little love. Okay, we're gonna put her on a plate, throw some cheese on it, a little love on top, 4 different sauces on there, there's some pickled onions. First bite, Howard.
Oh man. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we get a bar crowd out here, so people come in, get some drinks from the cantina. We'll deliver it inside to them. I kind of call it taco tending, because it's not quite bartending. Oh yeah, you see some crazy stuff out here late at night.
It's a wonderful atmosphere. It's wonderful food. Everything in here is wonderful.
A bunch of different people getting together, hanging out, having a good time, and trying to make a living.
You know, one of my favorite things about tonight was the local vibe. I met people I've never met before, and I felt right at home. For Coastal Cuisine, I'm your host, Michael Sprouse. Here's to good taste. Do you like tacos? Do you like trucks? You're in luck. Chef Billy Lucas is serving up tacos with a very interesting backstory. Chef Billy Lucas spent close to 20 years on the road honing his culinary craft. He cooked for such superstar performers as Drake, Michael Bublé, Jay-Z, and Blink-182. Now he's here on the Delaware Shore selling gourmet-inspired tacos served fresh from the back of a tricked-out truck.
The truck is great for me. I love the truck because it's small, it's compact. Everything is right here. I got my fryers, I got my flat top, I got refrigerators, I got my guys, I got my window. I mean, what else do you need, you know?
There are basic tacos, and then there are Billy's tacos.
When they come here, it's really easy for us to blow their expectations away because they're like, whoa, I was expecting a taco, and all of a sudden you're getting this fresh made taco that's grilled right here in front of you, and then we have all these ingredients which are made every day, presented to you, and it's very affordable. It's $4 for a taco, and the next thing you know, you're having a flavor explosion. You're like, where did this come from?
It's very fresh. It's got a kick to it. It's not something you would normally think. It's definitely above your average grade taco.
Starting a journey here, and I don't know where it's going to take me, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, that's good. Taco Reho is a taco wonderland, freshly served out the back of a truck. Will food trucks be the next big wave of the shore? I don't know, but I tell you what, I think Billy Lucas is going to try. I'm Michael Sprouse. I'll see you at the show. Hey folks, thanks for joining me today on Coastal A&E. I really appreciate it. Hope you had a good time. I certainly did. Don't forget, I'll be back next Saturday right here on TV Delmarva. Get to interview my friend John Malura, who is an amazing photographer. He has started a new project for photographers of all ages, all levels. It's going to be a lot of fun to get his insight on that. Until then, oh, and also don't forget, you can listen to an enhanced audio broadcast of this show on Radio Rehoboth 99.1 FM, just in a couple of minutes, starting at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. You can listen to it through your TuneIn app, or you can go to RadioRehoboth.com and listen if you're out of our streaming area. Until next Saturday, have a great rest of the week. Stay safe out there, folks. We still have a lot of stuff going on, so stay safe, stay well. Much love. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next Saturday here on Coastal A&E.